In this video, we will discuss binomial distribution on the example find parameters and p. The first example, a binomial random variable x has mean 6 and variance 4.2. Find the parameters of the random variable x. Now the question asking for the parameters of the random variable x. Given that your random variable x is a binomial random variable. So x here is having a binomial with parameter np. So this is the question asked, np. So if you look at the parameters, there are two unknowns. Now remember that when you have two unknowns, you need two equations to solve for the two unknowns. What you have to do is you have to do simultaneous equation. From where you can get the equation? What's given from the question is mean 6 and variance 4.2. So you have two informations over here that you can change into equation. For the mean random variable x, it should be the binomial is equivalent to np. Now known already given mean is 6, so np is equivalent to 6. So you have the first equation. While the variance for the binomial, the equation would be npq. So given the variance for the binomial x is npq equivalent to 4.2. So this is the second equation. Since you know already two equations, you can solve for the two unknowns. If you look here, np is equivalent to 6. Now the second equation is npq. So np known already is 6. Multiplied by q, you will get 4.2. Now you will get your q as such 4.2 divided by 6, where you get q equivalent to 0.7. Even though you don't get directly your p, but you should know that p plus q is equivalent to 1. So p is basically equivalent to 1 minus q. Knowing q already 0.7, you will get your p 0.3. So you have one of the parameter already, which is p equivalent to 0.3. Now, to find the n, you substitute into the first equation and p equivalent to 6. Where n is you want to find, p just now is 0.3 equivalent to 6. So n would be equivalent to 6 divided 0.3. So n equivalent to 20. So that's how you find the parameters for the given random variable n and p. Now let's look at another one example. If x is a binomial random variable, such x having a binomial with np, if its mean and standard deviation are 60 and 3 set 5 respectively, find the value of p and n. Again, it's the same kind of question. You're asking to find p and n for a binomial random variable, and what's given is the mean 60 and the standard deviation is 3 set 5. Again, you have two unknown, which is the p and n, and you given two information, mean and standard deviation. So to know two unknowns, you need two equation, which you can get from the mean x equivalent to 60, which give you np equivalent to 60. Standard deviation x, which is your binomial, is equivalent to 3 set 5, which actually equivalent to cert npq equivalent to 3 set 5. Again, it's the same thing. You know np already. So substitute into the formula, which is this is the first equation, this is the second equation. So substitute np into the second equation, you're going to get 60 multiplied by q equivalent to 3 set 5. To eliminate the square root, you should square both sides, where you get 60q equivalent to 9 multiplied by 5, where Q equivalent to 45 over by 60, which equivalent to 0.75. So once you know your Q, can you know your P? P plus Q is equivalent to 1. Thus, your P is equivalent to 1 minus by 0.75, which give you P equivalent to 0.25. Once you get your P, you can substitute into the first equation, which is NP equivalent to 60. So N multiplied by 0.25 equivalent to 60 will give you N equivalent to 240.